is a certain sadness that comes from loving someone who is still alive, still breathing somewhere in this world, yet no longer reachable. A grief that feels invisible to everyone except you. Because how do you mourn someone who didn't die? They just stopped choosing you. You wake up some mornings, and for a split second, you forget. Your heart reaches out instinctively, searching for the familiarity of their presence, and then reality returns like cold air on warm skin. They aren't there, not because they can't be, but because they don't want to be. That kind of pain leaves a different kind of bruise. It's the kind of ache you don't scream about. You hold it quietly, like a fragile memory. You don't tell people how much it hurts because you know what they'll say. You'll get over it, move on. They aren't worth it. There are so many others, but your heart isn't looking for others. Your heart is grieving the space they used to fill, the space they left behind without apology. And grief doesn't listen to logic. Grief listens only to love. Some nights, you wonder if they ever think of you, if there's a moment, even a small one, where your name crosses their mind and softens something inside them, or if your memory disappeared from them as quickly as their presence disappeared from you. You replay conversations that used to feel magical, now painful. You revisit moments that once brought joy, now heavy with truth. You ask yourself questions that don't have answers. What changed? Was I too much? Was I not enough? Did they ever really love me? Why couldn't they stay? You search for closure the way a lost child searches for a familiar face in a crowd, desperate, hopeful, afraid, because when someone you love walks away without explaining, your heart becomes a battlefield between what you know and what you feel. You know they left. You know they chose distance. You know their absence is intentional, but you feel everything else. The memories, the dreams, the hope, the longing, the love that refuses to disappear simply because the story changed. And that's the hardest part. Love doesn't end just because the relationship does. Sometimes love holds on long after the world expects it to let go. You're not weak for feeling this deeply. You're not dramatic for missing someone who mattered. Your heart is not broken because you failed. It's broken because you cared. And caring is never a mistake. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is sit with your pain long enough to understand it and gentle enough to heal it. This is not the end of your story. It's just the chapter where you learn how strong your heart truly is. If your heart is still holding on, there is a reason. Even if you don't know what it is yet, sometimes your heart holds on because it remembers the version of them who made you feel safe, not the version who walked away, not the version who changed, but the version who loved you with sincerity, even if only for a moment. And letting go means letting go of that safety, that comfort, that feeling of being understood. Sometimes your heart holds on because it believes love should be enough to fix what went wrong, and maybe love should be enough. But people are complicated. People fear things they don't understand. People leave when the truth becomes heavier than their willingness to carry it. You loved them honestly. They loved you conditionally. That is not your fault. Sometimes your heart holds on because you were never given answers, never offered closure, never told the truth. How do you release something that ended with silence? How do you grieve something that didn't die? It just disappeared, unanswered endings create unfinished emotions. And sometimes your heart holds on because it wasn't given time to prepare. One day they were your always, and the next day they became your was. There was no goodbye to practice, no slow fading to adjust to, just absence, immediate, unfamiliar, cruel. But here is the deeper truth. You are not holding on to them. You are holding on to the version of yourself that existed when love still felt possible, when your heart was still hopeful, when the future felt clear, when your soul felt seen. That version of you wasn't naive. It was brave. It dared to believe in love. It dared to open its heart. It dared to trust another person. And that courage is not something you should regret. So if your heart is still holding on, know this: you're not broken. You're human. You're healing in real time. You're learning the art of letting go slowly. The only way anyone ever truly lets go. Healing isn't a door that closes. It's a window that opens little by little until one day the air feels different and you can finally breathe again. There will come a morning when the ache is quieter, when the memories no longer feel like a wound, when your heart stops searching for someone who stopped searching for you, not because you forgot them, but because you remembered yourself. Letting go doesn't mean stopping love. It means stopping the pain that comes with holding on. And that day is coming. Your heart is learning how to get there. There will come a day, maybe not today, maybe not next week, when you wake up and your first thought isn't them, when their name no longer burns, when the memories feel like old photographs instead of fresh wounds. You won't even realize it at first. Healing is quiet like that. You will laugh again without forcing it. You will feel excited about things without thinking you shouldn't. You will notice the sky, the warmth, the small moments that make life gentle again. And eventually, love will find you again. Not a love that replaces what you lost, but a love that arrives in its own time, with its own truth. A love that doesn't confuse you. A love that doesn't disappear when things get hard. A love that stays, not because it's perfect, but because it's real. They will see your wounds and won't flinch. They will hear your silence and won't walk away. They will hold you in moments when you feel unlovable and remind you that you're not. This time, love will feel calm, steady, present, like something you don't have to chase or beg for or shrink yourself to keep. You won't be afraid of losing them because you'll know that real love doesn't leave when the storm arrives. It holds your hand through it, and when that day comes, you'll look back and understand the person who left wasn't your ending. They were the lesson. They were the turning point. They were the doorway that led you back to yourself. You didn't lose love. You lost someone who didn't know how to love you. And that is not the same thing. Your heart is not broken. It is becoming. And one day, you will thank the pain for shaping you into someone capable of deeper, truer, quieter love. Because you, even now, even in your hurt, you deserve love that stays, love that heals, love that holds, love that says, I'm here, and proves it every day. And that love is coming. It always comes for hearts like yours.